These chubby dolphins live in the dark waters of Rio Negro in an eternal ballet. Among the many names, Boto was the Portuguese name they've been given. Some people call them pink dolphins. The riverside inhabitants of Amazonas call them red dolphins. These mammals care for their babies and show affection to humans. They're the sea dolphins' brothers. They develop long snouts and spine flexibility for entering the igapós, where they find food reserves hidden in the bases of the trees and flooded roots. Harmless and cordial, they give life to rivers in leaps and bounds. They're the jugglers of the most important rivers in the Amazon. The females weigh up to 450 pounds and measure up to 8 feet. They're prepared by nature to generate whitish pink specimens, coming to life to beautify the landscape for people from all over the world to see. Brazil's own precious jewel. Scientists dedicate themselves to the research of these wild beings that were transformed thousands of years ago by choosing to live as kings between Rio Negro and Solimões. The natives from various tribes living on the banks of these rivers have always lived this friendship between men and fish and enjoy nature, which for them is blessed. This coexistence is a long-standing friendship for natives and riverside residents. Scientists, especially those who live close enough to protect them, work as loyal soldiers, given the immensity of forests, igapós, rivers, and banks of riverside communities. Fishing is the profession of pride in the region of these waters. The red dolphin became a legend, and it was for a long time a tall tale of the ardent girl at the São João festivities. Months later, pregnant women appeared, impregnated by a handsome man, dressed in white and a hat, a tale said and redeemed as part of the folklore of those banks. Boto is the most significant Brazilian water animal. Jacques Cousteau was the one who gave the name Pink Dolphin on a famous expedition to the Amazon. The stories told of the near extinction of this intelligent and famous animal influenced the creation of Boto therapy. A physiotherapist coming from the city and studying an approach to animals. Among so many, he found sympathy with these extraordinary mammals. He made them his friends and connected them with the children born different, who in the company of these animals find laughter, movements, and playful emotions. Biology admires and studies. The mind understands and sees it's worthwhile to be in this connection with nature. In animal aesthetics, we can see another demonstration of the design that nature presents us. Visitors and tourists find themselves surrounded by an ecological paradise. It's allowed swimming with the dolphins, with some reservations. Knowing them as part of the awareness of aquatic animal preservation is more than a necessity for the balance of the ecosystem. The red dolphin lives on average 30 years or more. The pregnancy is up to 13 months long when the females generate only one cub with 3-year care. Its long beak used as a powerful forceps, and its melon brain sprouting from the forehead make this animal the central character of riverside tales. With small eyes, these animals see very little in these dark, sedimented waters. A sonar guides them through the obstacles of the igapós, making them excellent hunters. In 2000, a tragedy begun. The dolphins begun to disappear until they entered the red extinction list. Forestry agents in investigations found rows of dolphin carcasses on some beaches in Solimões River. Boto is not in the human food chain. Why were the dolphins killed? Over time, there was a huge demand in the fishing market for the piracatinga fish. The countries Peru, Colombia, and Bolivia bought everything caught. Also called urubu das águas, piracatinga, an Amazonian carnivorous catfish, is captured with slivers of animal fat as bait. In a technique used by some riverside dwellers, these scavengers are attracted by fat and confined in large groups in submerged corals or wooden boxes. The dolphin became the cheapest and most available bait. Man has become the main predator of this animal. Although smart, they are easy prey. They fell into the trap of the fishing market. A mammal with a lot of fat attracts fishermen to shred its body and then use it as a bait to catch the piracatinga. It's a fish with little demand in Brazil, but delicacy in other South American countries. human greed entered there. Profit above nature in a desperate race that caused this near extinction. The fishing industries make up different names for piracatinga, such as douradinha, mota, or el capaz, to avoid any issues in selling them. The authorities are trying to stop this trade that has already become criminal. Another issue in discussion is a possibly unchangeable future, if there's no voice for these animals in their habitats. Brazil is enormous. They're guardians throughout our territory who aim to teach, research, conserve, and love the creatures of nature. The red dolphin is seen internationally as a puzzling species. Its habitat has become a valuable destination for tourists and scientists of various nationalities. The dolphins are hunted and drowned and die without being able to breathe. A sad finding when carcasses were found lined up on the banks of the rivers. This degrading practice must end under strict rules. Some are already being adjusted by the great work of UMPA scientist Dr. Vera Silva, who lives and works for aquatic animals in the Amazon.
No caso do boto da Amazônia, o boto vermelho, ele já passou a ser, desde mais ou menos o ano 2000, a ser perseguido e caçado para ser usado como isca na pesca de um peixe, um bagre, que é necrófago. Nós começamos a trabalhar para evitar que continuasse essa matança do boto, seja ela para qualquer fim. Os golfinhos da Amazônia, eles morrem muito em rede de pesca, captura acidental, mas também com essa captura direcionada, né, que reduziu em vários lugares bastante a população desses golfinhos. Por isso que ele mudou de categoria de conservação, passando a ser uma espécie ameaçada, pelas pressões não só de caça ou pesca, como também alteração e destruição do ambiente em que ele vive.
The team works on species, marking and monitoring dolphins in the waters of the Amazon basin. The main social deadlock was created in the sphere of the subsistence. Some communities live off the sale of piracatinga, earn their living, and are at the mercy of export intermediaries. And the others understood that if the dolphin is extinct, this market will end with it. No dolphins mean no money. Riversiders love dolphins but unfortunately succumb to money, hoping for a better life and less poverty. The solution for these hunters should be joining scientists in the cause to create alternative baits for fishing this carnivorous catfish.
Por lei é permitido que haja caça de subsistência, mas existe uma má interpretação. O que vem a ser a caça de subsistência? Quem que pode, em que condições, caçar esses animais? Então nós temos que esclarecer para a população e, mais uma vez, ter pessoas e recursos para chegar nessas comunidades, para trabalhar com as pessoas, para poder esclarecer e explicar a importância desses animais para o ecossistema aquático da Amazônia.
Such cruelty to an animal and degrading the ecosystem is unacceptable. Nature is always changing, but it should not have so much human interference to the point that a species that only exists in the Amazon goes extinct. Any fauna and flora from every ecosystem on the planet must be respected in their habitat. They must have priority in the preservation of nature and the habitat also of the human being. The pink, red, gray, white, and all dolphins are part of this variety of living beings that have their important place in nature. Leave the Boto. Leave the Indian. Let nature live.